I took Kim back to my place, figuring that whoever was after her wouldn't think to look for her there. I loved my house. It was a huge white wood frame Victorian with a white picket fence and a breathtaking view of the Ohio River from a 1-acre backyard filled with flowers from spring to the fall. I had put every nickel I had into the place. Built at the turn of a century, it was the home I had always wanted but never had when I was a boy. It had antique Duncan Fifth furniture, Waterford chandeliers, Queen Anne lace curtains, walnut floors, hand-laid Italian ceramic tile, crown moulding, 6 rookwood fireplaces, an all-stainless KitchenAid kitchen, lots of stained glass, and prints of my favourite surrealist painters Dali and Chagall. "Oh, this is nice, Ronnie," Kim commented, eyes gratifyingly round, as she took in the grand foyer with a red Kirman-style rug, one of 20 I had smuggled in from Iraq. "Probably thought old Mace lived in a cave or something. Eating raw meat, huh?" I teased. She punched me in the shoulder playfully. "No, I did not, Ronnie. You can take a look around if you want, or you can crash in one of the bedrooms, except for the one with Chagall's The Invisible Man. I get what little sleep I can in there. If you don't mind, I would really love to just take a nice long bath and then get some sleep. I feel like I could sleep for a week." You should try digging a hole deep enough to bury 3 corpses. My back feels like it turned into a pretzel." Her bag, a Hartmann leather Pullman, weighed as much as an armoured personnel carrier. "What you doing, Mace? What you trying to do to me?" the body shrilled at me. "A gentleman always carries a lady's bag," I thought as I walked up the steps to the 2nd floor. "You know the neighbourhood rules." "Well, you ain't no gentleman, and she ain't no lady, and you been away from the projects for a long time. We all have to have our illusions." "Now shut," I told the body. I did yeoman's work and managed to wrestle Kim's Pullman into one of the nicer bedrooms with a king-size brass bed, a camelback trunk, 2 walk-in closets, a private bath, and Dali's Persistence of Memory on the wall. "We are going to have to talk about this, Kim," I stated as she stood looking up at me. "You are the girl of my dreams, but I ain't trying to get any extra holes added to the ones the good Lord gave me. I also don't look good in the orange jumpsuit and chains that they issue down at the Hamilton County Justice Center." Kim nodded her head, her big black eyes expressing an infinite sadness. "The bathroom's in there, towels are in the linen closet, sheets are fresh. The cleaning lady and I switch off changing them once a day, just like a hotel." I took the key to the bedroom off my ring and tossed it to her. "That's the only key to the door. Lock it when I leave. If you put your head on the pillow, you'll feel something hard. It's a Glock Model 30 in .45 caliber, stoked with 10 rounds of 230 grain Speer Gold Dot 9 in the magazine and 1 in the chamber." I went over to the bed and drew the weapon from its hiding place under the pillow and showed it to her, drawing it from a Blade Tech holster. "This weapon has no manual safety. It's like a revolver. Just point it at the thickest part of the bad guy and squeeze the trigger until he falls." I pressed, checked the slide out of habit to make sure there was a round in the chamber. Then I handed the piece to her butt first. Kim's eyes did a Betty Boop. "I've never fired a gun before, Ronnie." "Shouldn't come to that, honey," I soothed. "But somebody wants to put a hurting on you in a very bad way. I'm guessing somehow you got yourself involved with the Vegas mob. Doesn't really matter, I don't suppose. Even if they are Martians, whoever they are on the prod for that sweet, tight, round, littler." I caught myself when I saw Kim blushing profusely. I shook my head. "How the devil could you get involved in porn and yet be embarrassed when I just talk about your body?" She turned away and looked at the Laura Ashley floral print wallpaper. "It's just different when you talk like that. You remind me of the best part of my life, the time when I just knew I would do something to light up the whole world and make everyone proud to have known me." Kim's comments put a lump in my throat. "I guess you never get so hard that things can't touch you down deep." I knew now that there was more to this thing that Kim wasn't telling me. She hadn't come clean with me about this thing. The mob seemed to be after, and the bodies were starting to pile up. Still, seeing her standing there in a bedroom in my house, surrounded by Queen Anne's lace, Laura Ashley wallpaper, and antique furniture, looking like she had always been there, the things she hadn't told me just didn't seem all that important. I had been with my share of women, but Kimberly Parker would always be my first and probably my only true love. Mace by Richard Robinson. Copyright 26, all rights reserved.